so gross.
You don't have a lot of confidence in my baking skills, do you? I mean, honestly, neither do I, so. Cooking another recipe from my 125-year-old recipe notebook, and we're doing white wedding cake today, which you guys chose on my Instagram stories poll. Okay, a little bit of background on this recipe. It says white wedding cake by Mrs. T.C. Cummings. I Googled this title of the recipe and I could not find anything, no sort of publication in an older cookbook, couldn't find anything, unlike my previous recipe, the vinegar candies. Here's a little intro for the recipe. Instead of the usual black fruit mixture used as bridal cake, I tasted lately at a wedding supper a more hygienic sort. A very delicate white fruit cake. Later, on becoming well acquainted with the hostess, I procured the following recipe. It's written so cute. And before we get into it, I'm going to half this recipe. I am not making a cake for an actual wedding, so I think half of this recipe will be plenty for us to try. Before mixing my ingredients, let me check on the oven here. Bake in a moderate oven. So we're just gonna do bake at 350? I'm not sure. Okay, starting out, we are going to cream half a cup of butter and 1 cup of sugar. I shouldn't have done that workout yesterday. Next, we're going to add in half a cup of milk, 1.5 cups of flour, and then half a teaspoon of baking powder. This is where things get dicey because this recipe calls for citron. Do you know what that is? Because I don't, and I had to Google that. And that is a fruit that we just don't regularly have available anymore. It is a citrus fruit, sort of looks like a lumpy lemon with a thick rind. And I'm not about to go running around the valley to try to find it somewhere. It's not available in the supermarkets near me, so I Googled a alternative and it said oranges and lemon. Half a pound of citron sliced thin. Am I just slicing the whole fruit thin and I'm putting the little slices into this? This is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna peel both of them, thinly slice the fruit, and then zest some of the peel from both and add it in. I'm just not entirely sure how this is supposed to be prepared because this recipe is so vague. Thinly sliced, and then I'm gonna chop it up. This is all I have in there for now. Let me add the other ingredients and I might add more of the fruit later if I feel like it needs more. A half a pound of almonds, blanched and chopped fine. I am chopping and measuring out a half a pound and realizing this is a shit ton of almonds. Last of all, add the whites of eggs beaten to a stiff froth, that's hard to say. Half a wine glass of white wine. Whose definition of a wine glass? You know what I'm saying? Still regretting that arm workout from yesterday. Yeah. Okay, I enlisted help with beating the eggs because my arms hurt. So my husband's taking over. Half a wine glass of white wine.
That's so much wine.
Is that so much wine? Isn't that half a wine glass?
Isn't a glass of wine 4 ounces?
Oh. Do they mean a whole glass or do they mean like a wine pour?
YOLO.
This is 4 egg whites. Ooh, I think that should have been stiffer maybe, but that's fine.
That's what she said.
That's so good.
Okay, and I just realized that we forgot an ingredient, which is coconut. The recipe calls for half a medium-sized fresh coconut grated. How much is in a medium coconut? How much coconut? Does this look like the coconut from one medium coconut?
No.
No? Do you think it should be more or less?
Less.
Less?
Yeah, less.
Oh man, that was too much.
That's so gross.
That's so gross? You think so? You don't have a lot of confidence in my baking skills, do you? I mean, honestly, neither do I, so. I don't blame you. Okay, so we're going to bake in our moderate oven, whatever that means. And the recipe does not give you a time for how long you need to bake this. So good luck to us. I just took it out of the oven. It was in there for about 35, 40 minutes or so. Well, that's cooling. Let's work on the icing. So ice heavily with plain white confectioner sugar mixed with the white of an egg.
That's not cottage cheese.
No, it is indeed not cottage cheese. Moment of truth. And I definitely think we should have like whipped our icing to actually be like more meringue-y. It smells good though. Mmm.
A lot of coconut.
There's a lot of coconut and a lot of nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It's pretty good. I wouldn't want to eat like a big piece though, so.
Oh, really? Like, I can definitely finish this. I like it. It's good.
It's good.
Yum.